programs in India.
Thank you so much, Nora. Now, before we commence with the function formally, I would like to give you all a small glimpse into the events that we have lined up for today. Firstly, we have the inauguration encompassing the felicitation of the chief guest, guest of honor, president, and all other special invitees, followed by a welcome address. Then we have an address by the chief guest, Shri N. Praveen Singh. Up next, an address by the guest of honor, Shri Takhelambam Ojit Singh. Following which, we have an address by the president, Professor Rajiv Sharma, and then a vote of thanks to be proposed by Patricia Arambam. Steering the event to a conclusive end, we will all gather together for a hearty meal as lunch will be served.
Thank you, Nehashri. Now let us move forward to the presentation of tokens of appreciation to our special guest.
Before that, we will look into our lamp lighting ceremony. As we proceed with the lamp lighting, I would like to request our esteemed guests, our chief guest, guest of honor, and president, to please come forward and do the honors. As we witness the lamp being lit, let us remember the auspiciousness of light in every tradition. May this lamp be the beacon with which we welcome divine energy, austerity, serenity, and success into our event today. Thank you so much, sir, for leading us in the lamp lighting ceremony. Now, over to Nora Jones.
Now, let us move forward to the presentation of tokens of appreciation to our special guests. We have Shri N. Praveen Singh, IAS, Secretary Education, Government of Manipur, and the chief guest of our event today. Shri Takhelambam Ojit Singh, Chairman, Council of Higher Secondary Education, Manipur, as the guest of honor. Professor Rajiv Sharma, Faculty of Science, Assam Downtown University, as the President. Also, I would like to request our special invitee, Sir Moirangthem Momo Singh, to please come up on the stage and join us for the felicitation. Moving on, I would like to call up Sir Ningthem Mangsatabam, Assam Downtown University, to deliver the welcome address. Let us all welcome him with a big round of applause. Excuse me, it is Indranil Shekhar, Assam Downtown University.
A very good morning to everyone. Respected Chief Guest Shri Praveen Singh Sir, Honorable Guest of Honor Shri Takalma Mojit Singh, distinguished dignitaries, esteemed members of the academic fraternity, and honored participants. It is with great pleasure and privilege that I welcome you all to the eduELEVATE Northeast Educators Conclave, an initiative by Assam Downtown University dedicated to advancing discourse on the implementation of National Education Policy 2020, with special reference on the state of Manipur. This gathering brings together leading minds from academia, governance, and educational policy, offering a vital forum for the exchange of ideas, insights, and collaborative strategies. Your esteemed presence today reflects a shared vision to build a more inclusive, innovative, and contextually responsive educational framework. We look forward to a meaningful deliberations and impactful outcomes as we work collectively towards shaping future of education in the region. Once again, I extend a heartfelt welcome to each one of you. Thank you for your gracious presence.
Thank you so much, sir. Your uplifting spirit has made us all more enthusiastic and ever eager to look forward to the rest of the function. Moving forward, I would like to request our chief guest, Shri N. Praveen Singh, IAS, Secretary Education, Government of Manipur, to address the gathering. Let us extend our sincerest welcome with a dignified round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. And due respect to Dr. Ozit, Chairman Qasim, Dr. Razif from Assam Downtown, then respected resource persons, participants, friends from media. It is indeed a great pleasure for, in fact, us, the School Education Department Manipur, to have got such a platform to discuss this National Education Policy, NEP 2020. In fact, we are running against the time, and we have so many things to be done to implement this policy in spirit and letter, in letter and spirit. And then recently, I have joined as Secretary Education Est. As you know, in Manipur, being in education department, particularly in education S, is more of a firefighting. 90% of your time is gone in dealing with court cases, service matters of teachers, and then other students too issues. So we have very little time to devote on these kind of policies and other things which would ultimately lead to the upliftment of education department. That in fact is a very unfortunate thing, but I have to put this thing, this reality before you all. So, before coming to this NEP 2020, of which I know very little, and I had the opportunity of joining a national conference a few days back at Delhi. Then while listening to the deliberations, then we came to know that we have so many things at our hands to be done, and that magnitude of works to be done requires wholehearted effort from all the stakeholders required. So I once again thank Assam Downtown for organizing this discussion workshop on this NEP 2020. And then I'm very glad to see the strong participations. And then it's a very rare sight to see, occupying almost all the chairs and seats, no? And then with so many ladies, again. As you know, every education indicators that we see all over India, girls and ladies, they are going ahead. So that is a reflection of that trend today again. So then I'll start my presentation or my speech on this NEP 2020. As we all know that India is having the largest population, and maybe many of us aware that more than 50% of these people are below 25 years. So there lies the catch. There lies the catch. India is a very young country. Very young country. So then we have so many people below 25 years of age. Then do we have an education system to enable these people to realize their potentials? Whatever they have in themselves, inside them. In German philosophers, they say that becoming a god, they call it, if I'm not mistaken, they call it Geist. It may be wrong. That was taught in my college days. Men are born without nothing, just like a empty tablets. As we grow, we keep on learning things. And then we externalized. Whatever we learn, we express. That inside us, we have the potentials to do so many things. But maximum of us fail to externalize those potentials. And those people who have become God, they are the ones who are able to externalize 100% within them. So the education policy should be such that we enable these people to externalize, to bring out their potentials. So we have to examine whether our education system that we have in the country, and particularly in the state of Manipur, is up to that expectation on where we need to pull off our socks. This is the kind of issue that we have to address. And then NEP, if you talk about what are the silent features, what are the NEP promises to do, all those things, without really analyzing the realities on the ground, then those discussions would be simply empty discussions. So then, I will first, in fact, this presentation is a copy of the presentation which was made by Additional Secretary Dossel. So I'll just refer to this because I did not have time to kind of specially prepare for this workshop, because I have been doing lots of running around immediately after coming back from Delhi. So whatever I could capture during this national workshop, that I'll try to discuss, and then I do hope that you all would participate and then raise queries wherever you want to. Disturb me anytime, feel free. So the first thing that is required in education is functional literacy and numeracy. I'm talking about one of the features, silent features of National Education Policy, NEP. Functional literacy and numeracy. I think that most of the teachers and lecturers are from private schools, if I'm not wrong, because faces are not similar to me. So you all are teaching in which classes? Mostly in higher secondary classes? Secondary. Higher secondary. Okay, even in higher secondaries also. You must be finding there is a need for having the solid foundations, isn't it? Some students may be in a position, maybe in a difficult position to grasp the things because they don't have the foundation that is required. Can you create those foundations, the required foundations, in 2 years of higher secondary education? No, then we talk of pursuing higher secondary council exams with this number, that number, all this percentage and all. So many students are without having that required foundations in terms of literacy and numeracy. So then where do we go back then? Kari class hanni. To which class do we go back in order to ensure that these students have the required foundations? Lower classes, which lower classes? Class 8? Before primary, what do you have? Pre-primary. Okay. I'm just invoking your thoughts. Okay. So then let's go to the next thing. Universal access. What do you mean by universal access? Why do the people talk about opening higher secondary schools in remote parts of the country, remote parts of the state? Or for that matter, opening a school? Opening high schools in remote part of the state? Access. do we really have the universal access in the state, in the education system in Manipur? Why do you say so? Why do you say that we do not have universal access? You think, I'll leave you there, okay? Equity and inclusion. Do you think that our education system has the element of equity and inclusion? Can you effectively teach someone having these hearing problems in the class, in your school in class 11 and 12? Do you have the facilities for that? Again, I'll leave you there. Then comes the next thing is pedagogy and curriculum restructuring. So here you'll have so many, like these are the things on which workshops have been held, particularly conducted by this COSEM and BOSEMs. You people are much aware, more aware than me, the need for this pedagogical interventions than curriculum restructurings. Okay. Then comes the assessment reforms. Why do we talk about assessment reforms? What is assessment? Is it conducting every year, exam every year, regularly, or something else, something more than that? Assessment should mean what? Should it be done at the end of the class or the year, or should it be done beginning of the year? Okay. Okay. So those are the things. So whatever that this new education policies is saying or envisaging, these are not new things. These are not new things. These things are already in our mind. So those things which should be, which ought to be, are put together so that it informs us, it guides us all along and takes us to a new height. Okay. Then, what is the amount of technology integrations in our education system these days? How far do you try to integrate technology? Yes, any teacher from, say, Millennium, teaching science, or for that matter, any other thing where you can give some examples of technology integrations. Yes, tell me. Yes.
I am from Prasad Secondary School, Assam.
Good.
In our school, we are providing the students that is teaching at the slide. With the help of this slide, that students get more knowledge and quickly and smart.
You have smart boards.
One smart board.
Okay, you have.
There are given from them.
No, number does not matter, but you are using it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then?
Our school includes the teams PM3 schools, sir.
PM3 schools.
Yeah, one of the PM3 schools.
Okay.
69 PM3 school was firstly selected from Manipur. Our school is one of them, sir.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, then Praja High Schools, when I was, higher secondary schools.
It is located in
I know that. During my director days, it was a high school. And then your school had a unique system of displaying so many science models inside the campus. And then whenever a student comes for the class, before going to the class or after the class or during the, what do you call it? We call it in my old days, half time.
one of the former headmaster was there.
So they used to see the models and discuss.
His name was Tolendro Singh.
So why don't you, that thing is discontinued?
Sir, Tolendro was expired, sir.
No, he started something
Yeah.
and then the other teachers should continue that.
They continued, sir. But,
Okay.
last year, our model was not selected at the state level.
Okay,
But yeah,
okay,
inspiring the students.
okay, good. So, technology integration is very important. So we talk about artificial intelligence. Yesterday I was reading a book on this, AI. And then, AI can be used to our benefit in so many ways. And then I do hope that, some of the teachers, would be having these computer backgrounds, or even if they don't have the computer backgrounds, at least some basic grounding of this science, especially physics and mathematics. These IT tools already available in so many, websites or whatever, that can be effectively tweaked and used for the benefit of the students. These are the things. And then what is the thing that is required is the kind of initiatives at the school levels. I'll tell you my one example that was day back in 80s. That my school is Kaksing High School. And then those days I was studying in class 7. From class 7, I think from class 5, we used to get translated NCERT books for the science subjects. And we had 3 teachers, Waza Chauba, then Waza Joychandra, and then one is chemistry, that I've forgotten his name. 3 young recruits, just got recruited, and they were so passionate about science. And they would take us to fields, and then they would do so many experiments, and then just encouraging the students, invoking the thoughts of the students. And I'm very proud to say that our class was, out of those 5, 6, 7 classes, our classes had maybe around 50, 60 students. We had section A and B. And as of now, maybe the best in Manipur. Our batchmate, that out of that 60, 16 of us are doing so well. Like some of them are working in US, some of them are working in this South Korea, and some of them are scientists in Manipur, some of them are officers in banks. That credit goes to those 3 teachers. They molded us so well. So what I mean to say is that when we talk about technical integrations, these days normally the teachers would tend to say that we don't have the computers, we don't have the facilities, we don't have the teaching learning materials. But if we have the determinations and zeal, many things can be done. And then so many things are available. You don't have to pay for those things. So if you at least think and do something for the students, you can do a lot. Of course, from the government side, I'll not talk about the private schools. From the government sides, we are ensuring that these teaching learning materials and then technology interventions is done properly and then substantially increase from the earlier level of technological interventions. And then in the coming 2 years, we will see substantial increase in the quantum of technical integrations in government schools. That is assured from my side as far as government schools are concerned in education as sector. So I would request the private sector, that private higher secondary schools and schools, to go for this technical integration so that they survive in the competitions. So the next challenge comes to empowering teachers. See, we have so many untrained teachers, And as per the mandate of RTE, Right to Education, and then now this, in more focused way, empowering teachers, training teachers is emphasized. So training teachers, empowering them to learn things, to get trained, to know new things, new development. This is again a big challenge. We are trying our best. In this field, that SCRT, State Council of Educational Research and Training, SCRT has to play a big role. So as of now, SCRT is not under me. So we are coordinating so that training of teachers is taken up in the right earnest and done in an effective way. In fact, the Government of India has planned to declare 3 diets in Manipur as center of excellence. So these 3 diets will be having all the required facilities to train teachers. And besides that, we are tying up with other national organizations to train teachers, NCTE, and then other organizations like NIOS for the online platforms to train the teachers. Those things are going on. Then another thing, that very important thing, that when I first started my speech, I said India is a young country. They need to be able to bring out themselves. So in this context, all that we have discussed, these are also very important. But the particular aspect that requires special focus is skill development. Skill development. So now, what I have been seeing regarding this skill development in Manipur is, if you analyze all the skill development initiatives in Manipur, is mostly on computer education, health related, beauty related, isn't it? When you see the modules and then the skill development courses that are being conducted in the schools, very small amount of thought is given on contextualizing the modules and the skill development courses. We have so many dance and art forms, isn't it? Manipur is famous for rich dance and art forms. And then we have institutes of national reputes, Zen Dance Academy, We have cultural universities, which is one of its kind in the entire country. And this all along we have not been thinking on this line. Then we have sports. There are so many skills to be learned and developed in the field of sports. Those things were not given emphasis. What I'm talking about may not be relevant in other states like UP and Bihar. But when I talk about this, contextualizing the things, the courses and modules in respect of Manipur, rightly so in respect of entire Northeast, this is very important. So why don't we do that? So this kind of thing, what I'm saying, I don't say that what I say is absolutely true or whatever. This is just my opinion. So I'm putting my opinion before you to think and then filter it, and then if my suggestions or my ideas are worth considering, please do, and then let's do something for this skill development. Skill development we have for so many years under Samagra, and then so many that even I am looking after this minority affairs, OVCs and SCs also. Under these two departments, we have had so many skill development things. And then we have so many handicrafts. So many, Manipur is famous for this, Assam, handicrafts. Thumuk Saba, Dol Saba, we need to imbibe those skills to the young students in the schools and higher secondary schools. Those things, we simply talk about beauties and parlors, beauty, what do you call it? And then computer educations. And then, yes, this, what do you call it? In health sectors, massaging or whatever, those things. Fine, those are fine. But Manipur is already famous for dances, rich form of art and culture, sports, and handicrafts. Sigi feels that when yeng the nam, see the trust people to is in it. This is one of my view. And adult education, the last, my speech may be not too coherent because I have not read so much on this NEP. I am just trying to put up the show today. So maybe next time I'll be able to give a very informed and coherent speech. But you would excuse me this time. But this time, like whatever I could, I'm trying to invoke your thought and make the deliberation more meaningful. That is my humble request to all of you. And then another thing is, when we talk about universal access to the schools, when we talk about access to the schools, we talk in terms of numbers of schools open, and then we talk in terms of, you must have heard, GR, gross enrollment ratio, net enrollment ratio, transition rate, PTR. In terms of all these things, Manipur is far better than other states. So these indicators are very important when we calibrate and then try to, measure the level of development of educations. So we have very good figures in terms of national levels. And then when do we compare with one of the best states in India? But still, we have a long way to go. You know, when I joined Education Department as Deputy Secretary way back in 2009, our GR was 150 something, gross enrollment ratio. How the gross enrollment ratio is measured, I think you must all be aware. Say, number of students in that particular age is, say, 1,000. 1,000 students as per the census figure. But in the enrollment, you will have 1,500 something students. So that means GR becomes 150%. Is it a good number? Is it a good number? No. So that means so many students who are not going to the schools, their names are appearing in the enrollment this thing. And besides that, we had another problems. Age-specific enrollment. So the file is with me right now to declare the particular age. Okay, particular age, that is 6 years plus, with a relaxation period of 3 to 5 months. See, when you go to class 1, you have to be 6 plus. Age on which date? That Manipur Education Court, which was framed in 1960s, is still, I think it was, if I'm not wrong, it is in 70s. So it is still in existence. Even there also, it was mentioned that when a child go to class 1, he or she should be 6 plus. But the specific date was not mentioned. So for fixing that specific date, the file is with me, and then we have certain things to be considered before approving that. So we'll do it within few days. So these issues, because of these issues, as specific enrollment. So what we had in class 1, we had so many pre-primary students attending class 1, whereas they should be attending nursery classes. They were attending class 1. Like that, in subsequent classes also, there were so many. So the GR was around 150%. Now it has come down to, if I'm not wrong, it has come down to, I'll give you the specific figures. Oh, sorry, it's not there in the slides. So that GR in the primary sector section has come down to from 150 something to, it has now come down to 101. 101. Still above 100%. Still above 100%. So, like that, in this other upper primary also, than this secondary and higher secondary also, we had more than 100% GR that time. Then slowly we improved the data, and now that it is less than 100. And then another worrying trend is, particularly in secondary and higher secondary. If you compare the GR and NER for the last 5 years, with the figures in 2024 and 25. It is coming down, particularly in the last 2 years, particularly in higher secondary school. So the more number of students are going out of the state to study in other schools in the other states. This is a worrying figure. So this institute like Millennium should try and capture them, and then in future years to capture whosoever who passed the class 10 exams get admitted in the higher secondary schools in Manipur, so that our GR and NER in higher secondary school remain healthy. That the same efforts should be in our schools also. So these efforts should be met by all the secondary, private higher secondary and secondary schools. For that matter, most of the higher secondary schools are having composite, like in Millennium, you have only class 11 and 12. This is again a problem. So I'm sorry, I'm mixing up. Yes? Okay, so now the concept of this composite schools. Concept of composite school is very, very relevant now. See, now that in our education system, we had pre-primary. Basically, the pre-primary in Manipur are run by which department? Any idea? The pre-primary classes in Manipur, social welfare, in the form of. So under new education policy, this NEP 2020, Anganwadi portion will be known as pre-primary in our terminology, Bharat ka भाषा में, भारत की भाषा में, भारतीय भाषा में क्या बोलेंगे? बाल भाटिका. Yes. So this is now we have made effort from the government side to have composite school in as many schools as possible. So far now, roughly around, we have started pre-primary schools in more than 1,300, around, to be exact, precise, it's around 1,396 schools so far. But the irony is that we do not have any pre-primary teachers. We have given trainings to the primary teachers. They are running pre-primary classes. Of course, we have developed the play materials and other reading materials required for the pre-primary classes. So now our effort is now a school should have, wherever possible, from pre-primary to higher secondary. Okay, this is the trust. So I would request all the private higher secondary schools to go for this composite school systems. That is one thing. So I think I have dwelt on so many things and then maybe jumping here and there. But I think I have been successful in invoking your thought so that the subsequent discussion is made more participative and more meaningful to you. And once again, I thank Assam Downtown Universities for creating such a platform so that we could interact and discuss on some issues. Of course, as I told you, my delivery, my speech is not coherent as I was not fully prepared on this. There's still I was trying to highlight some of the issues pertaining to this NEP implementations. So in future, we'll be having series of workshops and discussions. We request you all to come and participate. And then, as you know, that majority of the children who are going to schools in Manipur are in private schools. So your effort is more important than the effort that is going to be made by the government. So your stake is more. So I would request you to put in more efforts, and then on the way, if you need any kind of help, any kind of interventions from our side, legitimate intervention from our side, we'll definitely do that. And with that, with the cooperative and collective efforts, let's go ahead and make this NEP a success in the state. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wise words. Your words reflect a kind of wisdom which can be attained only through years of lived experience. We are forever indebted to you for all the contributions you have made towards the improvement of education in Manipur, and we eagerly await further improvement in the near future. Sir, your speech has been truly enlightening. To show our appreciation to him, let us once again applaud him with a big round of applause. Now, may I please request our guest of honor, Shri Takhelamba Mojit Singh, Chairman, Council of Higher Secondary Education, Manipur, to share with us a few words. Kindly join me in extending a warm round of applause as we welcome him.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Sir Sri N. Praveen Singh, IAS, Secretary, Schools Education, Government of Manipur, Sri Rajiv Sharma-ji, Professor in Science Faculty, Assam, Downtown University, all other beloved participants in this auspicious program on the implementation of NEP with special reference to Manipur. All are welcome in this auspicious gathering. We all are talking about NEP 2020. What does it mean? NEP, National Education Policy, it was first introduced in July 2020. That's why its name is NEP 2020 by the Government of India. And it replaces the old education system that is called the NPE, National Policy on Education, 1986. The main objective of the NEP 2020 is to get transformation of India into a global knowledge superpower. Introduction of this NEP 2020 is to get global superpower by the Government of India. As our sire has rightly pointed out that the main objective of the NEP is the holistic flexibility and multidisciplinary approach. Say, for example, in the near future, if it is implemented in Manipur fully, there should not be any the art subject, science subject, commerce subject, all will be interdisciplinary approach. A student cannot say, I am an art student. A student cannot say, I am a student of science. A student of arts, say for example, I am offering history, I can offer physics also. There should not be any hard line to divide art subject, commerce subject, and the science subject. Any student can offer arts as well as science or commerce, and it will be made up by the skill or the vocational subject. Say, for example, all the students, the main objective of the government of India is to get passed out in all the classes. In general subject, a student failed in one subject, it will be made up by the vocational education. You got the point? So, for example, in Hyderabad, angang amase arts subject, arts ki subject, lauragal laigani haibadu leitre. In near future, in 2030, sigi implementation se fully implement toraba. Adoragadi, arts ki subject, arts ng logani, science ng logani, commerce logani haibale roy. Aduga at the same time, kaidoni haibada. I say subject amada failure in ko. Subject taruk lare se, for example, Council of Higher Secondary Education the subject taruk lare, taruk sida ama failure. Adu oragadi skill subject ama vocational subject ama the past oragadi madadum past oraneba. That means main objective is to pass out all the students. Then it should be critical thinking and the social responsibility. Akoina class the science subject say yamna maru were mark so yam phangdabre yade 80 phangde yade 90 phangdabre yade habse leira roiba. Only say khudamoina akoina NEET exam thaba and CUT common university entrance test si kai noibu magi qualifying mark phangalore akoina 90% chattabe yadre 100% chattabe yade angang the pressure yam pibse. It should be avoided. NEP says all those things should be avoided, and we should not give any kind of pressure to the students. Then I'll come to the school education. Earlier it was 10+2 education system. You got the point. Earlier it was 10+2 education system, and it replaced as 5+3+3+4 education system by NEP. Okay, hanadi 10+2 haramiko education system se up to higher secondary level was. Adamasi leroi hojiti 5+3+3+4 haigani. +4 se kari noibu akoina class 9 to 12 se +4 hairaniba. Class 9 to 12 se +4 secondary level higher nibuko. Now the Masai sir has pointed out the foundation stage. It is up to 5 years. 5 years of age, and the grade should be 1 to 3. Foundation stage, it should be class 1 to 3. Then preparatory stage, the grade should be 3 to 5. Then middle stage, it should be 6 to 8. And secondary stage, that is grade 9 to 12. Now, howzik secondary stage hai. Howzik Manipur, the Board of Secondary Education dealing with up to class 10. And Council of Higher Secondary Education Manipur is dealing with class 11 and 12. This kind of education system should be avoided in terms of the NEP. NEP the kari haire secondary stage se ama khaktung oigani heba. In Manipur, it is Board of Secondary Education is dealing with the up to class 10 standard, and Council deals class 11 and 12. It should be avoided. There should be one block, that is secondary stage. Then higher education. In higher education, after passing the secondary stage, higher education comes. That is graduation level. Then graduation level, it is again multiple exit. There should be multiple exit. After first year of graduation, you can go, you can exit as you will get the certificate. So first year se graduation the first year tamagadi certificate course hairani go. Then second year tambal waragadi diploma hairani. Third year tamagadi graduation hairani. Then fourth year se sisu tamganeba. Fourth year se kainobu chahi amana research yawarani ko. Then research yawarko fourth year tamagadi MA level the only 1 year over ni. See I ko any the high se. Aduga first year tamaga is certificate course phangani. Certificate sahi ama degree tamaga is certificate ama phangani. Machine amuk kai dore I Manipur the first year tamme. Aduga I Assam the chatpi or Bengal chatpi Delhi chatpi. Then I can continue the second year in Delhi, in Maharashtra, in Bangalore, or in Assam. Sinang kumai dore akoina aigi hana phangiba markto mu kai dore first year certificate course tamba hek loibaga aina Bengal chalaga tamme second year tamme ado mark to puraga adum chakaneba credit system je adum laigani. That means aina bank account the aigi bank state bank ta account ore aigi state bank ta leriba account se aina Bombay da chalasu natraga Delhi chalasu pisa adum lokthokpu yai ko siga chamana I can continue second year in Bombay, in Chennai, in Bangalore, or in Assam. Aduna ngasai aigi credit to adum puraga adum kano da Bengal da continue to we agani, Assam da continue to we agani. Then university types of university, that is research intensive university. There will be 3 types of universities. First one is research intensive university. Research university type. Then teaching intensive university. The type of university should be teaching intensive university like ITEP, Integrated Teachers Education Program. Adi oja natabana oja ngasagi ITEP logdragadi oja obi araroiba. ITEP means Integrated Teachers Education Program habne. Adugumba university do teaching intensive university sidai sida tambana tabakampuna oja obi araroiba. Then autonomous degree granting university. So autonomous degree granting university, there will not be any kind of affiliating system. Collegiate education se affiliate tauba se akoi hoji Manipur da college mayam lay college khara mana DM university da college manga DM university da affiliate tawi aduga ariyamba duna keno da Manipur University affiliation tawi. This kind of affiliation systems will be avoided in near future. The main objective of the government of India is to establish the autonomous colleges. Housing Manipur dasu autonomous college mayamam lere. So the first autonomous college in Manipur, Sikanano Khambra, Oriental College, correct. Other housing the autonomous college se after Oriental College, Don Bosco College Maram, ma autonomous ore. Then Churasanpur College, autonomous ore. Then More College, adu suyaudi yaure adu it is not very clear. Subana autonomous college Mari Mangagumba lere. Aduna affiliation law Manipur University da natraga DM University da Makhada Laini Habasa later roeba. By 2035, Sigi kainosi leroi affiliating system of colleges leroi aduna adugi mauta laidoi kaino lereneba autonomous degree granting colleges win lerenebuko. Now the implementation of the NEP 2020 in Manipur. As done in all over India, NEP was introduced in the collegiate and university education. The implementation is lacked in the lower levels. In schools and higher secondary level, it has not been fully implemented. In Manipur, in the academic session 22-23, all the colleges under Manipur University, all the colleges under Dhanamajur University was this NEP. In the form of NEP, the NEP was first introduced in these two universities. The Government of India is also trying its level best to introduce NEP in the lower levels. Fortunately, the NCERT has developed 2 textbooks in class 3 and class 6 standard only. We are expecting the implementation under NCERT is in the school education. We are expecting in the academic session 27 and 28, as reported by the director NCERT. Fortunately, we are also implementing some parts of it. Say, for example, the reforms in examination system. We have introduced some sort of reforms in the examination system in the council. The number of question papers for all the subjects, say for example in English, in science, in commerce, in education, it was about 34 to 35 questions only. If you look at the number of question papers in the past 3-4 years, you will find that the number of questions asked in the examination was 34-35 only. What the NEP says, the number of questions should be extended more than 50 numbers. In the same pattern, the council has also adopted from the last year in all the subjects. If you look at the question papers of the Council of Higher Secondary Education, you will find around 48 to 51 question papers. This number of questions asked in the examination. And the multiple choice question papers, the multiple choice question system was also introduced from last year. There are about 14 to 15 multiple choice questions are also introduced in the Council of Higher Secondary Education, Manipur. And again, a committee has been formed by the government of Manipur for introduction of grading system in class 11 and 12 standard. Government of Manipur is kind enough to form the committee for introduction of grading system in class 11 and 12 standard. We are working on that issues for introduction of grading system in 11 and 12 standard. So with these few words, our resource person, Professor Sharma, is also here. He will deliver the implementation of NEP 2020 in the northeastern states. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for delivering such a comprehensive and insightful speech. Your address was not only rich in knowledge, but also deeply thought-provoking, shedding light on the core objectives and transformative vision of NEP with remarkable clarity and precision. Let's once again give him a big round of applause. After that, we'll have the presidential address to be given by the president of the event, Professor Rajiv Sharma, Faculty of Science, Assam Downtown University. Until then, we'll set up the projector. Please bear with us for a moment. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. I think we will be good enough. Laptop is there, I think. They have taken that side. Last one. Good morning. Honorable Chief Guest, Sri N. Praveen Singh, Secretary, Education Department of Government of Manipur, Sri T. O. Singh, Chairman, Council of Higher Secondary Education, Manipur, and all the members who came along for attending this what should we call it, seminar or conclave. So, in connection to NEP 2020, we are focusing on NEP 2020 since June, July 2020. So, constituting certain policies for betterment of our life, with education to our children's, teachers as well, and all the stakeholders who are there in India. So, what I will start directly because we may not have many time. It's my first visit to Manipur, and it's a very pleasant weather. It's too hot in Assam. I'm feeling cold in Manipur. So, we started this journey very early in Assam Downtown University when there was the release of NEP 2020. We started our work on NEP 2020 to go through number of ways how to implement it. But we find certain problems while implementing this NEP 2020. So we will just discuss. So problem will always be there. But how do we resolve this problem is our task. So we had the problem, and how do we resolve it? We'll look into all those facts. So we are a university. Right now we are graded A+. This is our campus, having all those facilities in Assam Downtown University. I am Rajiv Sharma, as you already know, Professor and Faculty of Science. Let us introduce ourselves with NEP 2020. As we came to know, already it has been spoken by the preceding speakers regarding how it was been evolved and how it was been growing. Or this is the evolution. You can say it is the evolutionary path of our education system in India. So here with July 29, 2020, medium of instructions, vocational and educational skills, the skill development, integration of technology, fundamental literacy and numeracy. All those things are already been discussed by earlier speaker. So, what are the main features? What is our objective? Why do we learn? Let us come from that point of view. Why do we learn? We learn to have our knowledge, and with this knowledge we should do something for ourselves as well as to the and provide significant contribution to the society. This is what actually education is trying to build in us. In this cycle, what exactly we do? We go for holistic education, where we learn many of the things, right? Many things. It's overall education from sports, say, learning from language to sports, everything we do in the school. But we cannot be expert in every aspect. We need to find out in which particular aspect we are good enough. So, even you can look in a village also, in which particular aspect the village is good enough. You coming from the village to the town, to the cities, and then to the nation. So, in which particular aspects we are good enough? As Sir said just now, that Manipur is good in sports. So, what contribution to the nation can be given by Manipur? It is the sports. Already it has been going on. Many sportsmen are there from, sportmen as well as sportwomen are there from Manipur, who are building the nation pride. Emphasis on arts and humanities. You may agree with me that today we do not have any social life. Most of us are busy in number of works. We are having huge stress, and at last, at evening, we come to home and tired. Usually we go to bed, and early in the morning wake up, school, then office, then everything goes on like that. Isn't it? It's very true. You will agree with me. Right? So, arts and humanities allow us or build us the social aspects. How to make connect with the people. Whether we know the history of our village, or from where we are, whether we know the history of this town, which was being built and what period it was, how the people started living here, how the things grow. So history is essentially important as literacy, as mathematics, all other aspects. So a holistic development only will be when people will learn everything, or global, or it is a system. You learn a system, then you can able to give emphasis on every aspects of life. Multilingual education is been implemented in NEP. This is a great problem. Now I am Assamese, I don't understand Manipuri, and if I am studying in Manipur, I will face problem because Manipuri will be one of the languages. No, it is not the problem. Because when I start learning a language, when I start learning a language, I will know about the culture and beauty of that particular society. As I am not known now, I feel somewhat difficulty in understanding the things. So when I start learning, it will be over. So multilingual, even it is, there is a tactical issue in implementation of multilingual education system. Vocational education, skill. Just now we had the two speakers already has told you about the skill, developing skill. I went to a village in Assam last month. Last month I went to a village, and I have seen nothing but a simple tool. In Assamese we call it murha. Do you realize what I am talking about? It is made up of bamboo and then can and plastic. It attracted me so. There are a lot many shops you will find in Assam. This particular tool is available, but I have seen only two murha in a person's house. He is very old now. He is 80. I have seen that. It attracted me. Why? Because the artwork was so fine-tuned. You cannot find any flaw in that particular model of a particular stool. It's very beautifully prepared. It cost around 3,000 per piece. Huge cost. But if we introduce, and it takes around 4 months to 6 months to prepare one. So if we introduce technology to it, so getting the technology, preparing the bamboos in a specific ways, everything is made ready, and you can prepare the stool now. Now the question is, how many of these tools can be prepared by the people of that village? I asked them, only one. Question is, lack of skill. Because the society in that particular village has never adopted that skill. And that skill could have been given to the school. So when the student start learning from the school level, so he will be able to build that. It's not too cheap. 3,000 rupees is a big money. If you sell, say, 10 murhas, it is 30,000 rupees. So in a day, you can earn 30,000 rupees from that particular item. So those things are to be incorporated. What I am saying is that you look into your villages, your town, your cities, what special features or special things are there available in your village. There are a lot many. Introduce those things into your school. So when school people will learn those things, it will automatically lift up to the higher secondaries, colleges, and universities. So those can be, traditional knowledge should be integrated with your vocational training so that our students can learn the thing in a very critical way, and they have they can have their mind open up that our traditional knowledge has importance in global market. Teachers training already has been attained, better accessibility to quality education, technology, and assessment and evaluation. These are the particular feature. If we look into the scenario, what exactly in Northeast is happening, context of Northeast, and you can see the landscape of Manipur. I'm not talking about this landscape. You can look into that map. Do you see the arrows are going out of Manipur to lot many states of India? Why is it so? It is because lot many migrations are happening, student migrations are happening. Because we could not build the infrastructures, facilities and manpowers to give importance or significance to our students so that they can have their ability to learn and acquire something or earn something. That's why people are moving around to the other parts of the nations where they can go get the facilities which they wish to have. Say a student is eager to learn Sanskrit, but in our college Sanskrit is not available. So where he will move? He will move to another place to learn Sanskrit. That's how the migration has taken place. And the lights of the cities attracted them most. They went there and become the part of that particular society. So what we are losing is our children's. They went there, they never have a thoughts on our issues. They never, because they have not walked from the ground. The groundwork is not there, and that's why we are not able to build their career from the ground so that they can have their origin, right? Now, the question is that what are the problems? Look into that. Multilingual, multi-ethnic diversity, infrastructure challenges in remote areas. We have many remote areas, but we have talented youths, but limited opportunities. These are the three main factors or features. If we can tackle these, we are already implementing what called NEP 2020 in full-fledged. Now, the task is to align NEP with northeastern region of India's needs. As I said just now, that what we will look for all those works, all those significant works that has been contributed by our forefather, by our teachers. So what exactly they have done, what are the insignificant contribution? In the field of agriculture, in the field of medicines, in the field of veterinary science, right? In the field of arts and crafts, we have beautiful silks, clothes, many things are there in Northeastern India. India is rich in their heritage, right? There are hundreds of items which are of very significant importance in nation as well as abroad. So we have to pick up all those items. We cannot do everything, but we can pick up all those items which we can strengthen more, add value to it, and increase its importance in the global level. So that is the role of NEP. So what we have to align is we have to emphasize on our local language. Instruction support linguistic diversity. The problem is that we have a diverse language. You need to think about how we can adopt this. Although it is difficult, it is very difficult because, say, in Assam itself, I don't know much about Manipur, how much different tribes are there. In Assam itself, you can see around 100 tribes are there. All are having different language. If I implement in a school, it will be very difficult. So, multilingual implementation is only possible in Northeast India in our villages. So, what this diversity in our village, this is, say for example, Boro community village. It's a tribe of Assam, right? So Boro language can be implemented in that, along with other two languages, what we are talking about, English and Hindi. Why it is important? When a child take birth, what is most significant activity it carries on? It is the curiosity. Always you will look into the children are more curious. They are very exploring in nature. They used to explore more. Although they are, their number of time they get hurt, the number of time they get, wrong things done because they don't know. But when they realize that anything they have done mistake or what is they have done is wrong, so naturally they can correct themselves. That's why the education has been started from 3 years probably, right? From 3 years we have started our education. That particular period of time, in our brain it is medulla oblongata, which is about to, that particular cells are more active, the neurons are more active and the curiosity is been more among them. So learning attitude starts in that particular age, and that's why the thing has been introduced in in lower section. Now the question is that how they can understand? They can understand in their mother tongue. If we teach English from that period of time, they will leave speaking mother tongue, and that's why multilingual and mother tongue language has to be introduced in very low level of education. Focus on digital tool can bridge remote learning gaps. Flexibility in curriculum, support tribal knowledge system. Just now I told you about the tribal knowledge system, giving an example of Amurha. Vocational education aligns with local livelihoods. Now the key challenges what I found through my research or whatever I have worked on NEP, I am working on NEP from 4 years back. What I found, these are the most important and challenges during the implementation of NEP in northeastern region of India. Number one is infrastructural deficit. We may not have appropriate what so called school. In many of the villages of Assam, you can find that the schools are made up of bamboo thatch house, right? So, infrastructure deficit. Teachers shortage and training gaps. Obviously, it is a question of all the states of Northeast India. There are shortage of teachers and there are shortage of mostly the trained teachers. Language barriers in curriculum adaptation, need of inclusive policy for tribal community, and that's why it is very much important. Resistance to structural change, this is one of the important aspect. Say when NEP was implemented, we have seen that many people were resisting how we can implement all such kind of things. Already we are in CBCS system. So this is to be avoided so that, see, challenges always come if you do not accept challenges. So think about the challenge. We have certain issues in Manipur. It's going on. Yesterday also something happened. If I stay in Assam and think about that, I shouldn't go to Manipur because it is little bit difficult in that particular place. Should I get the opportunity to be here? No. So, what is there? We have to always try to take the challenge, think about ourselves, and discuss with others and try to resolve the challenges. So challenges always will be there. So NEP has brought a challenge. Resistance to structural change should be avoided. Now, what are the ways, what are the pathways for implementing this NEP 2020 in Northeast India along with Manipur? I said just now, look into village opportunities. First, look into village opportunities. We cannot go high to low. It's very difficult. We go from our ground level to the higher level. You cannot come to this building from above to down. When you come to the building, you will always have to move from ground to up. So the same question is there. Localized curriculum development is very essential. So we will have to look into the villages. What is the importance of that particular village? What that particular village is contributing to the city or contributing to the town, contributing to the nation. Number one, the society may be highly efficient in sports. So we have to look into that. The society may be highly significant to the nation or the town or the village or the cities in agriculture. The village may have a person who is contributing in Ayurveda medicine or the herbal medicines. So those things are to be taken out. Those are the traditional knowledge. If we take out all this traditional knowledge and prepare a curriculum, obviously we will be successful in implementing NEP 2020 in Northeast India. Incorporate tribal knowledge, folklore and practices. We forgot folklores, right? In our days, we had opportunity to learn some of the folklores. Buri Air Hadhu, story of our grandma. Those were in the form of books. But this period of time, the students do not have that opportunity. So why these stories are important? The significance of these stories, it provides the student or the children the moral of the story. So reading number of times we come to know about the moral of the story. Right? Our story was there, a lion and a rat. I think you all know about Lakshinath Besbarua's this story. Right? So lion and the rat is a story which gives us a moral that when you are strong and weak has also its own significance. It has own importance. You do not bully the weak. So that is the moral. So children learn about all those things. Capacity building of teacher, obviously it is a training and this has to be played by the government, role of government, continuous training program, peer learning network. Oh, this is very interesting. We are working together nowadays. It's very interesting. We are working together, but we do not discuss. Right? We are working together. If I have something, I will not share with the guy who is nearby me. Isn't it? So these are the tasks which are to be avoided. Public-private partnership. Public-private partnership. This partnership can enable strengthening the education system of the nation. Let us not go in detail about this, but infrastructure, deployment and skilling, community involvement, school management committees, parents awareness. Awareness is obviously is required to strengthen higher education, promote multidisciplinary universities, research centers. Sir already told you about the kind of universities. Research universities, education universities, that is academic and research universities. One is hybrid and another is academic universities. 3 different types of universities will be there in near future. Already this has been discussed by our sir regarding the role of technology in education. So from this picture you can learn the things, how it can be implemented. See, in villages we do not have proper electricity. Am I right? In most of the villages we do not have proper electricity, and that's why what is required is that your solar power generation or hydropower generation or any other way or means, say biofuels can be generated or biogas can be used. So all those means alternatives. I told you just challenges can be, we can have a solution to the challenge. So those things can be practiced in the school. Now you may ask me a question that it will be too costly to go for a solar power system. Yes, it is too costly, but alternative to this, we have everything available in the village. We can go for a biogas generator, biogas system, right? So we have all those ruminating animals like cows are there. We have sufficient amount of cow dung. We can utilize those cow dung. Every house can contribute this cow dung to have this biogas running, or biofuel can be generated. Even technologies are there to develop. Yes, we are already developing technology. We already have a traditional technology, preparation of alcohol. Village people do prepare alcohol, right, with the fermentation process. So that can be used as a fuel for running a generator, right? Not to run our generator, but to run the machinery generator, so that we can get the electricity for the school. It's possible. One important aspect I am leaving among you is that you can go for localized digital content in Manipuri. And the tribal languages, you start preparing this thing which will enable learning of the students far more better than English. Then there are already available systems by the government of India like e-Vidya, PM e-Vidya Yojana scheme and BharatNet. We can look into this as aspects also for having our children learn in various systems. Success stories of NEP, you can have some success stories which is very much successful. A model school in Sikkim for multilingual education, Nagaland's community teacher program, even Manipur, Eklavya, this model residential school, where it is located, I don't know, I got the information from our Ministry of Education itself. Then this also is a success story because we are sitting around discussing something on NEP. The discussion is why we are discussing. We are trying to think about how to implement. Everyone is trying, taking an opportunity to think about how we can implement this NEP 2020. What we have done, I have gone through a number of issues of NEP. What we have done so far in Assam Downtown University regarding NEP 2020, this is our vision and mission. I'm not going to get into. These are our accreditation, and this is our students. Now we have foreign students as well as students from outside. This is our research contribution to the nation. So we have, this time we have published around 105 articles, in among them 60 or more are there in impact factor journals, and the total impact factor is 152. And we have some books and book chapters, patents. How do we contribute these things? Following an academic calendar which has been prepared at the start of our session. These are some of the facilities which we usually used by, it has been used by the students, yoga, swimming, playground and all. So these are our recruiters. It has been increased now, it is more than 200 or something. What do we follow right now? We have UG and PG education system, including PhD programs. So we started working on it since 2021. And finally, we decided to have this structure for the education of UG, 3 years and 4 years UG program, degree. So where discipline, we have taken up the discipline core courses with the discipline elective or sub-discipline courses, or these are the minor courses, you can say. One is major course, and university elective course, which is common to all of the students of the university, or they can pick up. Now, learning about this course system is very simple. You have a basket and all the subjects are there in the basket. Students are asked to choose, say, 5 or greater than 5. So he can pick up 5 or greater than 5 of his own interest. He can be he can learn history, he can learn physics, he can learn mathematics, he can learn chemistry. So there is no barrier of art, science and commerce. So that has been removed right now. If I am, say, I want to have a degree in biology, say I can have a degree in biology, and my other courses may be from chemistry, maybe from mathematics, maybe from history, maybe from economics, and so on and so forth. An engineer, you will find that it was started slowly and slowly. An engineer, while after doing engineering, why he go to MBA? People used to study MBA so that he can have some sellable property in him. So that's how it has been introduced. This is the curriculum framework, what we have prepared with, see, field training, co and extracurricular activities too. This is also credited. You have either go to a field training or you go to field training is mandatory, go to extra or co-curricular activities, right? Why it is necessary? Because when we think that we have to learn more or study more, we leave sports, we leave our co-curricular activities and other things. So we do not build up all those things, and finally we face a lot of problem in higher education. When we go to job, then there also we face a lot of problems. This is the curriculum framework for 1 year and 2 year degree program. So 1 year and 2 year degree program, where it is based on, say, student have undergone UG 4 years with research, they will go for 1 year PG program, and 3 years degree with honors, then they will go for 2 years PG program. So this, all those things are already, they have similar courses in earlier classes. Somebody getting is a pic, yeah, you can take it. I think the slides will be available here in the premises itself. So you can collect these slides too. So in conclusion, what is, out of all this, what we came to know is that 2020 is an opportunity of an educational transformation, incorporating our tradition and traditional knowledge and traditional culture and heritage. So this is an opportunity. Otherwise, we will learn Hindi, English and move to science, maths and arts. We will go out and we do not have our culture behind us. So culture has to be integrated along with the education, so that we must not forget our culture or our heritage or our forefather of early days. Diversity always is not a barrier. Just now I told you how you can remove the diversity. It may be that someone is learning Boro for say only primary section, someone say learning Assamese for up to class 8. This may happen, but it should not be thought of deprivation. With coordinated effort, equitable and quality education, it is achievable. Education rooted in culture, driven by innovation. My Murha, your example, right? And thank you very much. If you have any questions or query, I will be very much happy to address it.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding the getting admission in your university, sir, because students need to pass the quiz exam, or is there any system conducted by the university for getting admission?
So actually, now we are taking admission directly, right, on the merit basis of the students. So now what the administration will work on, I cannot speak it straightly, right? So there, this CUET examination, if the students qualify, it's very much good for our university too. And if not, you contact to the admission department. So what is the policy right now? It's not flown to me. I'm not getting that policy. So there might be certain changes at this moment of time. I cannot say that. There are people from our admission department who came for welcoming you. So he can give you the correct answer. Right. Yes, ma'am.
What are the changes taking place in Assam Downtown University after the implementation of NEP 2020 in particular, and in the course of mass communication and digital journalism in your college?
No, actually, mass communication and this digital, whatever you have said, is yet now not introduced in our university. It is not there right now, but hopefully in near future we are going to open mass communication too.
And what are the changes taking place in your university?
Yeah, we are changing right now. We are introducing NEP bits by bits. See, everything cannot be taken up at a time, and you cannot carry out the things. We have to think about how to implement. There are problems, right? I have shown you a number of problems. So bit by bit, we are trying to resolve this problem and introducing and implementing all those features which are been given by NEP 2020. Any more questions? It's not done. I'm very much thankful to be here in Manipur, looking into a huge gathering of mostly the ladies. I think that, first teacher of a child is always the mother. It is very much important. This is the significance of ladies. And I think I am looking a bright future in Manipur, having all, learned ladies in this forum. Thank you very much. Tell someone to take this one. I'll go down.
Thank you so much, sir, for your speech full of insight. They are sure to leave a lasting impact on all of us. It is a privilege to hear from someone of your caliber. Your words have offered us valuable perspectives, reflecting years of academic commitment to fostering knowledge, as highlighted by your emphasis on holistic development, as well as the ever humble tone set by you. Thank you. Now, let us get another big round of applause to appreciate our esteemed president. Last but not the least, I would like to request Patricia Arambam to come up on the stage and propose the vote of thanks. Once again, let us all put our hands together to welcome her.
Good afternoon, one and all. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the chief guest of today's function, Shri N. Praveen Singh, IAS Secretary of Education, Government of Manipur, for gracing this event with his esteemed presence. Sir, your insightful words and unwavering commitment to the progress in our education in our region have deeply inspired us. Your vision sets a strong foundation for effective implementation of the NEP. A special word of thanks to our guest of honor, Sri Takalambam Ojit Singh, Chairman of the Council of Higher Secondary Education Manipur. Your valuable address today highlighted the pivotal role of secondary education in the success of NEP 2020 and our collective responsibility in nurturing the future-ready learners. I also express my sincere appreciation to Professor Rajiv Sharma, Faculty of Science, Assam Downtown University, who presided over this program. Sir, your academic leadership and thoughtful reflections on policy implementation have enriched our understanding of the path ahead. My deep appreciation goes to all the delegates, academicians, and participants for your active engagement and shared passion for educational reform. Once again, I would also like to thank our media partner, Singjamei 360, for mass coverage of the program. Lastly, I extend my gratitude to the organizing team and volunteers for ensuring the smooth conduct of the program. Thank you all once again.
Thank you so much, Patricia. Now, as the event comes to a close, I'm delighted to announce that lunch will be served in a short while, and the participants are requested to collect the certificates from the registration desks. Once again, thank you each and everyone for your valuable participation. Your contribution has made the program a great success. Thagachari.
Back to the house.
से मैडम लक्ष्मी नगर